The hustle and bustle of Hong Kong, the breathtaking harbour city. A rich mix of colonial prosperity and Chinese culture has helped develop a truly world-class event. The Hong Kong Sevens is the fifth stop and jewel in the crown on the IRB Sevens World Series. 4 tournaments and 4 different winners so far this season. South Africa, New Zealand, Samoa and Fiji each capturing a title, with Fiji and New Zealand leading the way, and the box, Samoa and England, also in contention. England go into this year's tournament as 4-time reigning champions here in Hong Kong. And playing in front of a hugely passionate expat crowd, captain Simon AMOR is hungry for more success and an unprecedented 5th straight win as captain here.
The support is very, very important for us. It really does drive us to want to achieve and perform more. And it's the whole experience of Hong Kong, I think, brings out the best of English players because they recognise the history, they recognise the tradition, they want to be a part of it, they're desperate to be out here. And certainly for new players here, that's very much so the case this time around as well.
While AMOR has a wealth of experience in Hong Kong, that certainly isn't the case for New England coach Ben Ryan, who goes into this tournament having led the English in just 2 previous events. And with that 5th title on the line, he's well aware of the pressure on his players.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying since we got here, really. It doesn't help that every other word ends with pressure. But, you know, it's a great position to be in, to be honest with you. It's fantastic that we've won it 4 in a row. We're trying not to look at the bigger prize and just go 1 game at a time, and that starts on Friday night against Hong Kong.
During 4 victorious campaigns here, England have used 32 players, 14 of which have gone on to gain full England honours. And for AMOR, that historic first title in 2002 was among the most significant moments in his career, facing Fiji and his childhood idol, Serevi.
No, it was a fantastic day then. We beat Fiji in the final in torrential rain, and it was one of the great highs of my life so far, and I really enjoyed that moment. And to be able to win it a few times since then has been very, very special as well. But it's a big challenge for us. We've got a mix of youth and experience, and I think it's quite a good potential we've got here this weekend, and hopefully the guys that are new to the environment will really enjoy playing here in Hong Kong and rise to the challenge.
This tournament now and Adelaide for us is a real litmus test, and to make sure that remind people that England are not dead and buried on the World Sevens circuit, and we're going to be up near the top.
England might be the form team when it comes to Sevens here in Hong Kong, but another success story from last year's event is China, winners of the bowl competition in 2006 and bronze medalists at the recent Asian Games in Doha, led by their talismanic captain JONNY CHANG.
This event, the Hong Kong Sevens, is very important to us. We've been training hard for at least a month now, and our goal is to show how far Chinese rugby has come. We want to show that we've become a real force in Asian rugby. And to do that, we want to finish ahead of Japan, our great rivals. We're really looking forward to playing the best we can here this year.
With over 700 points to his name on the circuit, Chang is the leading point and try scorer in Hong Kong's IRB Sevens history. And having played abroad, he's become a seasoned professional, especially compared with the relative inexperience of his teammates.
Well,
it's not my specific role to actually score points and tries for the team. But when I started playing rugby, it wasn't widely played in China. I've been very, very lucky to travel and have the chance to play in Australia, in France and in England for Leicester Tigers. So yes, I'm certainly the most experienced player in China. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm the best, but I have been very fortunate to learn a lot while playing abroad.
Modesty from the Chinese flyer then, a commendable trait in a player looking to cross for his 50th IRB Sevens try in Hong Kong this year.
I first played here in 1998, so this is my 9th year at this event. And of course, I hope I can score, but I just hope that we can go and have a great tournament as a team.
Unlike the other 7 tournaments on the World Series, Hong Kong gives 24 teams the chance to compete across 6 pools. So we'll be looking for the Asian minnows of Chinese Taipei and Sri Lanka to cause a stir, while the likes of New Zealand and Fiji build momentum for the knockout stages. With a bumper crowd filling the Hong Kong stadium for the first round of matches on the Friday night, it wasn't long before Chang had a hand in China's first try, as they held Wellington champions Samoa to only a 14-7 half-time lead.
and China got men over here, lose one. Out it goes. It needed one more pass, but China have kept it through Sun Tao up into the 22. Listen to that roar. China are onto the scoreboard.
But in the end, Samoa were far too good for the Chinese. This try by Lolo Lui sealing a 49-5 victory as they made it through to the quarters with an unblemished record in the pool stages.
Well, good work here by Lolo Lui again, showing his strength and having a quick look at the scoreboard at the same time, possibly.
China went on to score an unlikely win against the Canadians, Lee Jung scoring a hat-trick, but there was to be no fairy tale win for them against Asian rivals Japan.
And away goes Takashi Suzuki, caught everyone napping. And it's a second try for the Japanese.
Tonga were the surprise package in Pool B, where they displayed a newly found patience to their game, frustrating both the Welsh and then the Boks of South Africa.
Through the gap goes to Muli Kaufusi. He's over for the first try. Show and goal from the big number 5.
Play!
That's what it's like to play against Tonga. The tackles are big, and you remember them. Mark Lawson in with that one, and the turnover ball comes to Vonga Kokoto Lilo. Lilo, clever ball in field, racing back is Mokoena. It's all on the bounce, and now it's on the dive. Basson's back there, but Lilo's first.
Pause, engage.
But with the influential Stefan Basson back in the side after injury and sealing his hat-trick, it was the Boks who powered into the quarters with a much improved second-half display. Both teams made it through, however, Tonga as one of the 2 best runners-up. New Zealand swept all before them in Pool D once again, and as usual it was their game-breaking inspiration, Nigel Hunt, who led the way.
And here's a chance for New Zealand with a 3-on-1 wide pass, and Nigel Hunt's going to get this one.
The same was the case in Pool A, where current series champions Fiji saw off their opponents with minimum effort. Although a young Scotland side brimming with confidence after a good showing in San Diego did keep the Fijians honest.
Rocco. He can go a bit, can't he? Just left Max Evans trailing in his wake.
The crucial game in the pool had been played the evening beforehand between the vastly improved Scots and Portugal.
Wide is Addison. Addison for the corner. Slips the tackle of Coelho. And Scotland are running away with this one.
Scotland went on to secure the game 31-7 and qualify as the other best runners-up. Pool E threw up a contest to really split the crowd as expat favourites England played the home team, Hong Kong. It wasn't long before the English realised they were in for a game, and they went into half-time only 14-7 ahead.
Wide now to Dacre. Dacre, here's a chance with Chook. Chook's through! Only the second ever try by Hong Kong against England. New coach this season, Ben Ryan, taking over from Mike Friday, who's also here, and it's Kerr though, and that shows you Hong Kong have paid. Here's Robertson across, but no way, no chance. Danny Kerr, great run.
England went on to secure the win, setting up a group decider with the Pumas, hungry for their first success of this year's series. But England and the mercurial AMOR had other ideas.
3-2, good score by Brooks.
Pool F was by far the tightest in the tournament, and Australia needed a win against the French to take top spot. Nicolas Carmona's try shortly before half-time, leaving the men from down under with it all to do.
Brilliant score for the French. Advantage Australia. 3-on-3, Josh Holmes doesn't need the man on the outside. Like a knife through butter. And Australia are home and hosed.
That Aussie win secured a date with Wellington champion Samoa in the quarters. England took on the might of New Zealand, Tonga faced South Africa just as they had done in the pool stages, and there was another repeat with Fiji again facing the young Scots. Buoyed by their performance against the world champion Fijians in the pool stages, Scotland provided Serevi's men with another stern test when Cup quarter-final time came around.
Wide to Max Evans. Evans is quick. He's away. He scores. He's behind the post. The youngster, the 19-year-old, has brought Scotland roaring back into this contest with a try right on the half-time, and well-deserved it was too. Well, touch!
It was left once again to the heir apparent, William Ryder, to light up the second half and inspire his team.
The charge is on with Ben Addison chasing as William Ryder goes back. Beware, beware. Breaks into the clear field. 1, 2, 3, brilliant little steps off the foot, and he's still going. He's going to go the whole way for the try of the tournament from his own line. William Ryder scores at the far end behind the Scotland goal line.
With the crowd wholeheartedly behind England, could they deliver and post their first win over the Kiwis this season? It didn't start at all well for them as Pelonise made a break up the touchline and Raikumbula provided the try-scoring pass for one of 4 unanswered scores.
He hands it into Hunt to bring it round for the conversion. It's just going to be a 7-pointer.
Australia were aiming for a second successive semi-final, and Nathan Trist's effort gave them hope against the Samoans.
By Nathan Trist, the kick and the chase, the bounce eludes Trist, but he hasn't given up though, and is rewarded with a brilliant individual try.
But top scorer from day 2, Lolo Louis, who's being courted by an array of European clubs, made sure the Samoan success story continued.
And away comes Samoa once again. Lolo Louis, he's going to add to his try count here in Hong Kong. That's his second of the match.
Tonga were looking to give the talented South African side a run for their money and surprised the Boks early in the game to draw level.
Schoeman did well.
Back.
Key influence in the development or renaissance of South African Sevens 2-3 years ago under Paul True. Oh, it's a good take, and under the post the score to Siole Lolohea.
Back.
But it was that man, Basson, who again proved the thorn in Tonga's side, adding to the hat-trick he scored against them in the pool stages.
Here's, though, on the recall is Stefan Basson. Basson's quick into the corner.
Basson's brilliance taking South Africa through to a 4th semi-final this year, where they'd face Samoa. The other would provide a 5th straight last 4 battle between Fiji and New Zealand. Join us after the break. Welcome back to a vibrant Hong Kong and round 5 of the IRB Sevens World Series. "40,000 people packed the stadium for the final day, along with one of the shining lights of World Rugby. Arguably the game's most famous player, Joe Nolomu, was back in town to watch the event, where he first cut his teeth back in 1994.
It holds a special place because this is where it all started. I played my first ever sevens tournament, like international sevens tournament in Hong Kong. So basically set the tone and opened up a whole different world. Especially because the previous year I was sitting at school and watching these guys play, and having an opportunity to run out and represent your country with the same players from the previous year. It basically gave me the opportunity to show what I could do, and having a dream run and winning it in '94 was even bigger.
Lomu helped the New Zealand side to a hat-trick of titles from 1994 through to '96, playing alongside the likes of Christian Cullen and Eric Rush, and he's in no doubt as to the effect Sevens had on his career.
It exposes you to international level rugby, but it also shows the talent that the youngsters have in terms of developing them into to a 15-man player.
Back to the Hong Kong Stadium for the semi-finals, and as the carnival atmosphere cleared, an expectant crowd welcomed the Flying Fijians and the New Zealanders in the first match, and it was the Kiwis who were fastest out of the blocks.
Nigel Hunt, 2 out to his right, gives it to Pelonese. He gets to Ryder, bumps him. Roca was there to Lawrence going for the corner, and did he get there? Try. The try is awarded, Lawrence gets there. I think that he's penalised there for being for Collard. Here goes Rudango. Now Samisi Naivo. It's all action. He's a bit isolated as Rudango. Beautiful pickup by Lepeni Nambaluanga.
It then all went wrong for Gordon Chichen's men as try-scoring paceman Zar Lawrence was yellow-carded for a challenge on William Ryder. The ensuing penalty saw them concede a try to Fiji's Thakau before Hong Kong's favourite son stepped onto the field to lift his team and bring the crowd to its feet.
Time is up on the clock. It's a game worthy of a final. The great man gets to halfway. Carrying it on now is Bola Bola. Fantastic run of play, and look at this.
Yes, I thought that we were under pressure. That's why I went in, and I was covering William Ryder chasing Yates. He got it and we got out of it, and I thought that I should have a go. I didn't know how many steps I made. The only thing I know was I went over the line, doing the run from our own 22.
A nervous-looking South Africa hadn't been firing on all cylinders, and although they took to the field having dispatched Samoa's neighbours Tonga, Dickie Tafua's men would provide a much sterner test.
Penalty. South Africa scrummage in a bit of disarray there. Danger here for South Africa. Trevor Annis goes himself. Oh, he just saunters through in the end for the first score, right on the stroke of half-time.
That try proving to be the only time either team crossed the whitewash in a tight affair, as South Africa squandered scoring opportunities and Samoa kept ball and a bullish guard of their line. With 2 minutes left on the clock, Wellington hero Lolo Louis stepped up to take the Samoans 2 scores clear and through to a final clash against Fiji, thus setting up an all-South Sea Islands showdown for the 3rd straight tournament. In the other finals, Russia shocked France in the bowl, outscoring their European rivals 3 tries to 1, in doing so picking up their first ever IRB Sevens silverware. And in one of the most exciting games of the tournament, Wales left it to the dying seconds to beat Argentina in the plate. 7 trophies for Wales in their last 7 tournaments, a great achievement. So it was all set for what promised to be a fast and frenetic final between a team who last won here back in '93, Samoa, and the irrepressible Fijians. Your match commentators are Keith Quinn and Nigel STARMER-SMITH.
Touch, pause, engage.
Wali Mai, the switch with Lola Louis, who'll be a heavily marked man, just as the other number 7 will be in Rutango for Fiji. Away now though via the Senyo to Wali Mai. Clever player, lovely offload, Palala. And rather Pesamino with the opening score in a flash. Pesamino, who's been a thorn in the flesh of so many, with 23 tries. That's his 24th in this series. And what a start for Samoa.
So there's Dickie TAFUA on the sideline. As Ualimai restarts from halfway, it's Samoa 7, Fiji 0. 10 minutes each way, remember, in this final. And a nice pick up there going through. Ualimai again. Such a dangerous man. And that's a second try inside.
the first 2.5 minutes of the final for Samoa. They have rocked Fiji back on their heels.
Pesamino then added his second just a minute later to further compound the shock, and the Samoans were unrelenting in piling on the pressure.
Ualimai, Lolalui, wide outside. Beautiful run here by Mifau, and it's going to be try number 4. The hits keep on coming. Vola gets it away. Here is Ryder. Can he create space further outside? No, it's Rocco who's lost it. And it's another one for Pesamino. The referee played an advantage, and he cannot believe it. That's a hat trick, Mikaele Pesamino.
Well, here's the new star today. The wiles of Ualimai we know all about, but recognise the talents of this youngster who has put a hat-trick over Fiji in a final in the space of 10 minutes.
Sevens heaven for Samoa's fans as their team went in with a 27-0 half-time lead. But could Serevi's calming words spark a dream second-half comeback?
Under 7 minutes to play now in the final. And Budango goes around to score the first points for Fiji. So they've started. How much more can they produce in this enormous task ahead of them to try to get close to and challenge the total of 27 that Samoa have?
Fakau then scored another to rock Samoan confidence and give the Fijians every chance. But had they left it too late?
Play resumes, 27-12. Samoa still even. There is Naiva again, missing the kick. He seemed to tip that one forward, but the referee hasn't called it. Nambuliwanga, enormous strength. The referee in perfect position to see this one. Is it able to be cleared for the try? Budanga has it right there, almost against the paint. Flings it wide. Ryder will go in. Another one back. But still a long way to go, and the clock continues to tick. 27-70.
Dicky TAFUA looks on almost enigmatically. Is this to be a famous occasion for Samoa after that tremendous first half that, well, just swept Fiji aside? But Fiji have come back throughout this second half. But Samoa will do nothing in a hurry here. They'll just try and play out time, retain possession. There's a knock-on, and it's a turnover ball. And here are Fiji. There's one on here with Ryder. Ryder spills it out to Samoa, and that's 4 tries back. And they're up to 22 points to Samoa's 27. There's a minute 37 seconds remaining.
Penalty to Fiji, they must score quickly. 20 seconds in which to do it. 15 seconds. Ryder's the only one really who can do it. He offloads. Budango to Ryder again. They're trying to cook up something here. Is Setafana Vakau. Gives it to Big Novo. He's not the speedster. Look at the tackle come in from Sinyo. But it's still in play. Here they come. Nambuliwanga. The defence is secure at the moment.
Leave it! Stay there.
Has it gone to Samoa? Yes. Referee has said it's not over.
There's a knock-on.
Yes, he does!
It is!
Samoa! 27 points to 0 at half-time. Hang on! 27-22.
You know, our boys, they perform, you know, they're extremely well, you know. And, you know, in the first half, they played well, but the second half, they relaxed. The Fijians, they are fast and they're good in the sevens. So that's the only way of doing it, try to control our possession.
With that thrilling victory, Samoa gained 30 series points and climbed to joint second in the standings on 78. They and New Zealand, along with South Africa, will now chase Fiji, who are 6 points clear as they all head to Adelaide, Australia for the next round. As the after-party gets started in Hong Kong, we'll leave you with the sublime Samoans and see you down under.
Through one tackle, slipped through another.